Welcome, everyone, to a little bright pigeon reminder. This is not a class, this is for anybody and everybody. Really, things that we, in some ways, already know that I'm just here to remind us. And truly, I would invite everyone to watch this little lesson because I believe that if we actually become aware of what's going on now, we can really set ourselves up well. And I look at a lot of bodies throughout the day, meaning people walking, and so much of the injuries and the challenges that we have physically throughout our life are based in these very small patterns of alignment and choice in the way that we literally move through life, sit, lie down, walk, all the things. So I want to just briefly talk about anatomical alignment and what that purpose is. It sounds kind of boring, but it's fascinating, I think, because it's our bodies, right? Like we live in them. This is going to be very advanced, what I'm showing you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you watching? Okay, now watch. I start for the head. There's the head, right? The neck, I'm going all the way down. Why am I going all the way down? Because the neck is a part of the spine. Just a reminder. I know we get it, but I think culturally we separate everything. People, our bodies, you can't just go to one doctor. You have to go to 7 to address 7 different things as if they don't impact each other. But anyway, that's a whole nother lecture. Coming back. So whole spine, right? And we have things like, the little ribs, of course, protecting all of the goods, our little pecs, all of this. Okay, and then we're going to have our little pelvis, right? Because what does the spine do? It sets right in our pelvic bowl, right? It sets right in our pelvis. All of it is being held together by muscles, which is nuts. Okay, anyway, legs coming out, arms. So this is essentially this little stick figure person. Can you see him okay? Kind of. It looks funny. But anyway, you're welcome. This sort of straight anatomical alignment where my toes are facing forward, hip width apart, knees are aligned, hips are aligned, pelvis is aligned, spine is neutral, shoulders are aligned, ears over shoulders, top of the head, right? Sounds very yogic, but actually this is the way that we approach the body medically, right? We understand that this is the optimal space or alignment for the body to do what it needs to do. As far as mobility and strength and support. So, for example, what happens, the way that I want us to start to think about this, it's like if I'm used to like feet, right? If I'm used to pronating, which means a collapsing on the inner foot, and my whole life, since the time I was a kid, this is how I've been walking. Just that will actually have a huge impact on the knees, the hips, and the back. And so it's like if we become aware, like, for example, I have, externally rotated feet as if I was, like a trained dancer. And so I consciously have to bring my feet together, and I can feel certain aspects within the knees that have created instability in my knees because of this compensation, right? Because I have an external rotation around the knees and then the hips, right? So not that you need to know that. It's more about becoming and being aware of your own body. So another really common thing that I'm seeing so much more now is the kyphosis, right? That's that rounding of the back. You see it a lot of times with elders. And literally, this is not a disease. This is just not using those muscles. It's not engaging that part of the body. So without using that part of the body, it then becomes... it basically starts to break down. It doesn't support itself. The muscles are not supporting themselves, this kind of thing. And there's more science to all of this that I know tons of people know. This is more just a general awareness of our bodies. So it's like, even if, it doesn't matter if you never practice yoga, the asanas are like really intelligent, right? They have history behind them as far as what they do for the body physically. Of course, the mental focus is huge and everything. And it takes mental focus. It takes an awareness and a connection in with our body to be like, oh shit, let me straighten my back, or like, oh, let me adjust my feet, or let me engage my belly while I'm walking. Let me make sure that, when I'm running, oh God, I see so many runners and they're literally killing themselves because so now they're out of this alignment they're out of this alignment, right? And they're putting all that stress on their joints and the body and the back. And it's like, you're doing damage. You know, we think that great cardio, great to get things going and build strength, but ultimately you're doing real damage. So anyway, I just want us to think about this anatomical alignment as we move through our life, and regardless of even a, you know, ability, right? Like, so even if I'm in a wheelchair, this anatomical alignment still applies, right? It just maybe will apply more from the pelvis up. That will be working the spine and keeping those muscles active, especially in the upper body. Anyway, just move the whole body. That's what I'm saying. Pay attention to this alignment. This is also everything when it comes to asanas. You know, when you try to find that sweet spot, because when we're in alignment, because it's the optimal functioning. So even when we go into these shapes, we're still aligned, right? We're aligning everything up in such a way that then the shape becomes something you can essentially rest in. But yeah, so pay attention. Try to honestly engage every part of the body. That means like fingers and wrists and ankles and knees, and notice the feet, notice the belly, take care of the back. Okay? I don't know if this was helpful or just a little rant about it all, but I do think, I know for myself, the more that I learn and connect in with what's going on and readjust and realign, the more healing I've had on a physical level and, you know, emotional level, just because I think we have to be somewhat clear in the mind, not be so inundated and consumed with our thinking to be able to connect to the body. So, and I know so many of us are in that work and doing amazing work. So lots of love. Hope this helps. Talk to you soon. Bye.